Greed, global truth. Passport bros, beware. Men traveling to Colombia for love and ending up drugged, robbed, or dead, being lured by women on dating apps. Congratulations, passport bros. You done made it to CNN travel. You done made it pretty much all over social media and mainstream media. You on the Wall Street Journal, and the US Embassy had to step in and warn you Negroes not to hop on those dating apps. We got to talk about this one, y'all. Brace yourselves.
Lately I've been moving like a maverick, searching for some.
All praises to the most high. Yeah. Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? It's your brother Newbreed coming through with another live stream, and we got a lot to discuss when it comes to the travel community. And don't get it twisted. I'm not going to be one-sided about this, because I seen some people laughing about the brothers over there getting deleted, and there's nothing funny about it. I'm not sure what's funny to you about these men some of these men who are getting caught up in these bad situations. I know it's their own faults a lot of the times, but it's not something that we're going to be laughing at, because let's make this clear. We got some real problems here within the States, especially when you have our own women saying things like this.
Stop wasting your time with black women. Stop. They not loving you. They not listening. They not willing to submit. They think they too independent to be submissive and be equal and be a companion and be a comforter and bring you peace. They think they too good for that because they mama told them to go get them a man with some money since they knew how to talk and walk.
That's right. The mamas are the ones who fucking it up. It's the older black women who have taught the younger black women to be bozos, bimbos. And
I didn't know he was adding commentary, but hear what she said once again.
Stop wasting your time with black women. Stop. They not loving you. They not listening. They not willing to submit. They think they too independent to be submissive and be equal and be a companion and be a comforter and bring you peace. They think they too good for that because they mama told them to go get them a man with some money since they knew how to talk and walk.
That's right. The mamas are
So here you have our own women saying, hey, y'all need to go deal with foreign women, Gentile women, or whatever the case is. And we do have a lot of issues. But let's make this clear. It's all about attention, fellas. There's nothing wrong with a brother wanting to explore, get outside the country, and see what's on the other side of the pond. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But the issue seems to be that a lot of these brothers is thinking with their privates, man, thinking with their phallus. And they going over there and they practicing sex tourism, and they ending up getting savagely eradicated, destroyed. They getting obliterated out there. I'm talking about it's bad. 25 passport bros got deleted in 2023. 8 of them within the last couple weeks, right? And that, if you look at that mortality rate, that goes to show you that not only are the women on some cunning, crafty, meticulous setup schemes, but you also got the men there who are tired of you brothers thinking that you're going to go up there, exploit their women, have your way with them, and look at their women basically like they pieces of meat because you can't get right over here within the States. And I know we got some issues within the States, but you cannot sit up here and tell me that there are not any good women here within the States. I'm not trying to hear that. Listen, there's like 50 women to every man out here. There are definitely some women out here who still have potential. You brothers you're not really aiming for real relationships. You're really not, your intentions are not pure. You trying to have your way, and it is what it is. And now, you going over there and you getting set up. So, this is a lesson to a lot of brothers out there that you have to move a certain way. And we're going to talk about that.
It's just scary to be there, drugged, passed out, unable to defend yourself. She could have done anything she wanted.
Carlos, not his real name, is a US expat living in Bogota, Colombia. After meeting a woman on a dating app in 2022, he was drugged with scopolamine, a powerful and hard-to-detect alkaloid that can make a victim unconscious for up to 24 hours. And he isn't the only one. The online dating scene in Colombia has recently come under scrutiny after a rise in crime.
Yeah, y'all going over there, y'all going to Medellin, you going over there getting on them damn apps. The U.S. Embassy warned y'all to stop getting on them apps, hooking up. And let's make this very clear. Them apps are not just people dating and looking for love. Nah, y'all paying for the poo nanny out there. Y'all out there looking for some young coochie, and y'all getting lined up. Y'all waking up with your passports missing. You waking up with everything gone because y'all over there loafing. Because you're not thinking with a pure heart. You're not going over there wifing up these chicks. You're not going over there getting no wives. Y'all taking that same Babylonian whoremongering mentality over there to these other countries, and the roosters are coming to crow. That's what's happening. It's not funny because we're not just going to sit up here and laugh at that, but I'm going to use this as an opportunity to teach brothers who literally want to explore the world. First and foremost, when you travel, you want to explore the culture. You want to have a point of contact. You brothers just be going over there with your mind on getting a room, getting on these sites, and looking for these women. And the truth is, you need to have some respect. You need to have some friendship and some connections there so you can know how to move. A lot of y'all don't even know how to move. And then for the last couple years, brothers like myself and others was called haters because passport bros was out here doing what they were doing. When the whole time I got a passport, how I'm going to be a hater and I have a passport. I ain't no passport bro, but I travel. Just not with the same intentions that these guys travel on. You should be traveling trying to make some money. You should be traveling trying to put something in your pockets. Making business connections and so forth.
At his request, CNN has changed Carlos's name and isn't showing his identity for professional reasons.
Yeah, because see, Carlos know he was over there paying for that cat. And he don't want to jeopardize his career.
I was using this app. I started chatting with this woman for maybe a little over a week. We essentially decided to meet. And we did meet in my neighborhood.
Man, they lining y'all up on these damn apps. For real. And this is what happens when you fall for the rhetoric of the passport bros. You go over there and you get lined the hell up. They slipping those damn drugs in your drink. And that's all she wrote. What happened to meeting women in real life? What happened to meeting them at the grocery store? All you got to do is spark some conversation. What happened to meeting them at the gas station? Meeting them in the library? I mean, this is what happened when you trust the internet. It could be catfish on there. I mean, real talk. Wanda says life is too short for this foolishness. It really is. You brothers got to move like you know that you're in a different country.
We somehow decided to go to my apartment, and we were having a glass of wine. And as I was drinking the second glass of wine, I got up. I felt like heavy in my head, and that's the last thing I remember. Until the day after, when somebody came to look for me. I had no idea what happened.
Man, that man could have got pistol whipped to death. He could have got castrated. He could have got thrown off the balcony. Like, listen, this is why you just can't be hooking up with anybody, man. That sexual deviancy will come back to hurt you. Yep, somebody said meet them at local events. Exactly. But a lot of these guys, they want to be passport bros and they want to glorify traveling, not even understanding that here's the rules to it. If you cannot work with the women that you have around you, then you're not going to have nothing popping in another country. Do you understand me? Just like if you can't build nothing in the country that you in, if you can't create commerce, business, if you can't put together something communal, if you can't get land and get it together in your country, how the hell you gonna go to another country and build something? And you can't build in the country that you from. Like seriously. But anyway, let's go.
Then I started seeing that things were missing from my apartment. My computer, my phone, my camera, and other things. I remember waking up in the hospital and again questioning where I was and what I was doing there.
Following the deaths of 8 US citizens in Medellin at the end of 2023, the US Embassy in Bogota issued a warning about using dating apps in the country. It said that criminals use dating apps to lure victims to meet in public places and
Wow. The US Embassy had to step in on y'all. Yo, that is crazy. Now, you got to think about it. Now, we know the passport bros predominantly make up of, melanated people or ethnic people, right? From the diaspora. No other people, no other group of people are thinking with they phallus this much where the US Embassy literally has to warn y'all like y'all some damn children, bruh. This ain't man behavior. When we go to various foreign lands and distant countries, we are supposed to be building something. And here we got OT Mac in the building talking about, bro. Here y'all go again, hating on passport bros. You can get lined up in Chicago, Memphis, Philly, etc. 10 times quicker. Yeah, if you're not moving the way you need to move. And listen, I'm gonna go ahead and put that person on. Actually, I just blocked him. Because here we have 25 of these guys that just got lined up in 2023. 8 in the last couple weeks. And here I'm trying to make a concerted effort to warn brothers not to be traveling for sex tourism. And here you have a imbecile in here, a troll, a clown talking about somebody hating on them. Hating how? Why? See, I'm a man that has wives, sir. I don't need to go get on no app. I don't need to go travel all the way across the damn world for sex. That's crazy.
and then later assault them, and that over the years, numerous US citizens in Colombia have been drugged, robbed, and even killed. US officials don't believe that the 8 deaths are linked, but there are some similarities. Several of the victims were drugged, and several had been using dating apps. Most applications offer alert lines to report incidents when online dating and share the same recommendations as the US Embassy. Meet in populated and public places, especially at the beginning of the new relationship. And if you feel pressure to go somewhere more private, end the date. In response to its security alert, the US Embassy told CNN that Colombian authorities have recently arrested and prosecuted individuals who have drugged and robbed foreigners, both in Bogota and Medellin.
Wow. So they putting up those profile pictures of those pretty young Colombian women, and they luring y'all out into secluded areas and you get knocked over your damn head, dragged, put in vans. Some people are getting their organs harvested. Some of you all are getting kidnapped, never to be seen. And if the U.S. Embassy had to say something, better believe it's more happening than what we're hearing on the news. We only hearing about these 30 something odd people, but it could be hundreds of these brothers who's traveling thinking that they can go get prostitutes and whores because it's legal in these areas. They going over there and they getting snatched up left and right. Who knows how many of these men are missing? I mean, seriously. This is why I'm warning a lot of brothers. Even within the states, these things can happen to you. Like the troll said, that can happen in the states. This is why you got to set your intentions on the right path. You got to focus on building up your life. You got to focus on your own personal progression and your spiritual journey. Mental, physical, spiritual health is important. Building yourself up as a man, praying that the Almighty will send you the right women because you're obedient to him. All you got to do is ask him. All you got to do is ask him. If you're in right standings with the Father, you doing what you need to do as a man, and you need another wife, just ask him. And he'll set up the divine timing needed for that. But you brothers out here, y'all thinking with your privates all the damn time. It's nonstop. Why? Because you force feeding yourself all of this sexual perversion on the internet. You got to get away from the sites. You feeding a beast. This sexual immorality is coming from all the corn that a lot of you brothers is watching. And you want to go out here to these distant countries and fulfill your fantasies. And it's costing people their lives. It's costing these men their lives because they thinking, well, I want to go over there and fulfill all the things I've seen on these videos. I want to be able to spend a couple $100 and have 2 and 3 women for the week because that's how it is in some of these places, y'all. A couple $100, they got 2 and 3 women for a week. And they going out there and they just having it up, doing whatever. And they being judged because of it. I'm telling you. Let's see here.
Last year, almost 500,000 foreigners visited Medellin, which is Colombia's second largest city and has become popular for digital nomads. Colombian authorities have also pointed out that often it's the tourists themselves who visit the country looking for drugs and sexual adventures. The mayor of Medellin claimed his city remains safe as long as tourists visit for the right reasons.
See y'all over there looking for drugs and getting involved in all kind of sexual proclivities, looking for hookers and 304s, and you getting cooked out there. But I'm a hater though. I'm a hater, but the U.S. Embassy got to warn you Negroes because you don't know how to move like men. But I'm hating on the passport bros. Yeah, they getting set up left and right. Michelle says, yes, amen, so true. So many true women looking for men, and they are going across the country. Right, and these guys are not going across the country getting wives. If you meet your wife overseas, I don't have no issue with that. If you out here and you say, you know what, America is not for me. The lifestyle, everything about this place is not for me. And you want to travel abroad and you want to, brace yourself before meeting your wives. If that's what you want to do. I have no issue with that. But a lot of these guys is just thirsty. They going over there trying to smash as many chicks as they can smash, and they ended up getting lined up. And I'm talking about some of the instances or situations that took place. These brothers is getting, I'm talking about these brothers is savagely getting deleted. I'm talking about straight up machete, arm, legs. You know what I'm saying? Brothers is getting stabbed, gutted, thrown off balconies. Brothers is getting shot. It ain't like, they just getting drugged up, passing out. No, these guys are getting savagely destroyed. For real.
Queremos que vengan más y más extranjeros, pero queremos que vengan a un turismo que agrega valor. El que crea que pueden
You hear listen what they had to say in Medellin. Let me translate for you. Hold on. This is what he got to tell you, passport bros. See the countries, they tired of you niggas. Do you hear what I'm saying? They tired of you rotten whoremongering dudes, bro. You got us looking crazy out here. Listen to what they saying in Medellin. They listen. We want more and more foreigners. See, they want foreigners because that's what stimulates their economy, tourism. And a lot of these countries that are considered third world countries, they need tourism. But Pete, what it said. But Pete, what he had to say.
Tourists visit for the right reasons.
queremos
We want tourists that visit for the right reasons. Y'all really not welcome there. So the law is not going to do what they're going to do to solve your death. This the crazy part. They're warning you. They're warning you. The law, they are not going to go out of their way to figure out what happened to you. You've been warned by your U.S. embassy. The government are warning you. Look, we want y'all to come over, but if you coming over for just sex tourism and drugs and things of that nature, it kind of like is what it is. It kind of is what it is. But listen.
que vengan más y más extranjeros, pero queremos
We want positive tourism. We want people who are going to come by, want to visit the beaches. We want people who want to buy memorabilia. We want people who are going to want to travel, see the museums. We want people who want to eat the foods, understand the culture, purchase items from the local vendors. We don't want you Negroes coming over here trying to use our women. I'm telling you, man. And we talk a lot about these women. We talk a lot about these women here in the States. And I'm beginning to believe, and y'all gonna be angry at me for this. Y'all gonna say I broke the bro code. Y'all gonna say all kind of things. Y'all gonna be upset. But I'm beginning to believe a lot of you men deserve the modern American woman. A lot of y'all deserve it. You you got exactly what you deserve. Because a lot of you clowns want to just lead with your pockets any damn way. Y'all don't have nothing else to you. There's nothing deep about a lot of you guys. You don't have no integrity. You don't have no morals. You don't have no insight. You don't have no relationship with the creator. You're nothing. You just running around like a pit bull with the pink thing hanging out, seeing who the hell you can hump on. And now you want to talk about how the modern woman don't have nothing but sex to introduce. How she running around looking a certain way. You have shown that that's all you Negroes want. You don't want a woman to have talents, gifts. You don't want her to have a nurturing spirit. You don't want none of it. And it's proven when you go overseas and you bring the same ideologies and the same methods that you use to corrupt these women through that incubus spirit. When you go over there and you do this, and you can be angry all you want, but hey, only the ones that know. Real talk.
que vengan a un turismo que agrega valor. El que crea que pueden
He says people who want to come here to do sex and drugs and tourism are mistaken. If that's all you coming over here for is to do drugs, have sex, tourism, you're mistaken. Now, it would be different if we had an organization called the Passport Bros with a bunch of our men, and they were going over there with business on their mind. And you know what? We need to put something together like that. Men of truth, man. Brothers of truth, brothers of substance. We need to really kill this misnomer, man. We need to travel. And we need to travel in large groups, just men of truth and of stature. And we need to go over there and establish relationships with people because, that's what it's all about. As biblical men, that's what we're supposed to be doing, shaking hands with elders, leadership, even listen, government officials. But that's not what's on a lot of you men's mind. You're only thinking about sabotaging, corrupting, and exploiting their women. Brothers of Truth worldwide need to start traveling in groups and establishing business relationships with various countries, bro. That's what need to happen. Not this nonsense, because it's got us looking bad. Hold on.
Más extranjeros, pero queremos que vengan a un turismo que agrega valor. El que crea que puede venir aquí a ese turismo de sexo y droga, eso no es lo que queremos acá.
But some of the victims believe this type of attitude is what hurts them the most.
The feeling that somewhat this was my fault has had a big effect.
It is your damn fault.
In this time and age, this is the way many people meet other people.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If this dude right here was truly on a dating app trying to find love, then it's really not his fault. He just got caught in the crosshairs. But let's make this clear. A lot of brothers is not looking for no damn love. When they think about going to Brazil, Colombia, going to these various distant lands, they're not thinking about finding no love, man. How the hell? Listen, what's the point of complaining about the women here and talking about how dainty and feminine and supportive and just how righteous these women are in other countries? And you going over there just to dog them out too. What's the point? A lot of you brothers don't have no love in y'all's heart, man. Y'all don't give a damn about these women. Y'all don't care. And that's why a lot of you brothers not going to have no luck with them. And if you keep giving your strength to these women, giving your wits onto a woman, hey, then whatever may come your direction, that's what's going to happen. I don't think it's funny that these brothers is getting slaughtered out there. I don't. But I think it's definitely a lesson to be learned through all of this.
There's nothing wrong with it. I probably lost a few $1,000s. Overall, I was lucky. I'm here to tell this story. I really hope that nobody has to go through it.
Yeah, these brothers ain't gonna learn. Let's read this article here. They ain't gonna learn. Passport bros beware. Men traveling to Colombia for love and ending up drug, robbed, and dead after being lured by women on dating apps.
We just stopped taking food stamps. We don't anymore. You don't have enough money or what?
I'll tell you right now. How does my old man look on you?
Is it real?
Oh, better be. It better be.
Okay, so
Budweiser.
Truly,
Bud.
Bud.
Thank you.
Want to do another tea? You did the twisted
You know what?
tea.
You know what? Yeah, give me the tea.
Okay.
That's 4, right?
Yeah, so now
Okay.
you're good. So
Okay.
22 is the total. I owe you 28. What do you want back? $1?
Yeah.
I think that's too much. Too much? No change? Okay, 25.
See that some bitch almost blew away?
See, that means it's meant to be for me.
Well, it's going to be for you.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. You have a good
I
one.
appreciate
And
it.
thank you for being out
Have
here
a good
today.
one. Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
So you guys are buying 2, but when you buy 3, you get 1 free. Should we just stock up? I mean, why not? You're already buying 2.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever that was.
Okay. Ultra, and then you're 1 more.
Look like she out there hustling. I'm trying to figure out why this is playing on the news station here. I'm trying to figure it out just like y'all. This is actually on the news. So I don't know if these guys are gonna try to push up on or whatever, but let's play it through.
You want to do 2 ultras or 2 wows? A golfer just said, "You're much cuter than the last guy that served us."
Okay. What am I on CNN? Let me see.
Man, I just took my kids to school for the.
What the hell? Anyway, let's read this. It says, while visiting, okay, it says the U.S. Embassy in Colombia has issued a warning to American travelers, passport bros, regarding a drugging phenomenon. This alarming trend involves incidents of robbery and overdose, and in some cases, the use of online dating apps, often impacting U.S. citizens. One example is Stephen Valdez, a 31-year-old travel blogger who fell victim of one of these surreptitious assaults. The New York Times reported while visiting the South American country, he connected with the girl he matched with on Tinder. The young lady offered him a taste of ajoco, a creamy Colombian soup. Well, she didn't threw it in the damn soup. Despite witnessing her bring it from a restaurant counter to their table, he told the Times taking 2 spoonfuls of the soup was the last thing I remember. He realized that she had done something sinister to him, with his lunch turning into an unexpected trip to the hospital. According to the doctors, the young man was administered, most likely by the date, a cocktail of sedative drugs, including the potentially deadly scopolamine, or it's pronounced scopolamine, that is known to make victims black out, which has been proven fatal. Wow. We talking about just 2 spoonfuls, and Cuz was out like a light, like a light. He was out like a light, and it was running in pockets. I'm telling you, man. And here's the thing. Here's the interesting part about all of this. Here in America, there are women of every single color, creed, kindred, flavor, whatever you want to call it. There's women from every walk of life, every ethnicity. I mean, what seriously, fellas, I'm really help me understand this. Help me understand why we got to travel all across the globe to find women. Somebody let me know what am I missing here? There's Latin women, there's Indian women, there's Spanish, there's Panamanian women, there's Jamaican women, there's African women, there's women all over America from different ethnicities. Unless y'all just going over there to pay for some damn cheap thrills, then what is your reason for traveling there for? I don't get it. It makes no sense. Like you can go to Miami and see every type of woman. Now, this scopamine, it says, is commonly found throughout Colombia. The plant is widely distributed through the country. In urban areas, it is common to find it in gardens because it is a very beautiful flower. It says symptoms of the drug can include sleepiness, amnesia, rapid heart rate, seizures, and can leave one unconscious for up to 24 hours. Damn. All that because you had the bright idea to hop on a plane, go overseas looking for some cat, and you blacking out, having seizures, foam under the mouth. Do you know how terrifying that is? Now imagine that moment where you know you done just effed up. You done hopped on some app, you done hopped on some site or whatever the case is, and you that moment where everything start moving slow, like when Will Ferrell got hit with the damn animal tranquilizer, and he was like, wait, hold on, wait. Hey, you just vulnerable, you are helpless, bro. That's crazy. And you realize you are straight helpless at that moment. Yo, shout out Ringo TV Reactions and Purpose Over Pleasure in the building. Salute to the fam. Salute. Ringo says they know if they get women pregnant, they could come back to the US and leave them with babies. Wow. That part. Yeah, because these brothers don't have no type of integrity or moralities. They don't want to be responsible for leading a family and doing what they got to do as men. These dudes is doing everything for cheap thrills. It's all about cheap thrills. And I see Purpose Over Pleasure in the building. Let me see what the brother said here. It looked like his comment just kind of jumped on me. But he said something about the passport bros. I don't know where that comment went, man. Yeah, but this is crazy, man. Yeah. Somebody said, and they still come back with STDs though. That part. That part. Cause you know these dudes is going raw dog. They ain't strapping up going over there. They definitely just like what's that movie? Y'all remember Chris Tucker played in Dead Presidents? And he was like, yeah, I went over there in Vietnam and, that something got up in me. You know what I'm saying? I came back from Vietnam, something happened, now my immune system all jacked up. Y'all remember that scene, right? That's a memorable scene right there. And that's what these dudes is doing. And it'll be the same guys that claim that they so high value, you know what I'm saying? And, because they may have a successful business of some sort, and they just going over there traveling, and y'all women be thinking these are the cream of the crop and the pick of the litter. And really, these dudes is dirty dogging, man. They dirty dogging out here. That's crazy. Somebody said, laying with the same handful of women, laying with hundreds per year gross. Right. And we talking about, listen, if all the women over there are so much greater than the women here, why y'all ain't wifing them up? That's the question. Really, y'all not going down there to deal with good women. You're going down there to to basically take care of younger women. You're going down there to fulfill fantasies. And these women a lot of them are in the sex trade. They're into sex work. Some of these women have been trafficked, bro. Some of these women have been sold by their parents. Since children, they were out there on the strip trying to make ends meet for their village. You understand that this is the kind of stuff that these passport bros are doing, bro. And the Most High is killing them. He's killing them. And they over here getting on social media trying to convince that they living their best lives, man. These some dirty dudes, man. I don't respect it. As a person who has traveled and done business in other countries, I don't respect it. When I went to Jamaica, there was business being done. Actual retreat, dealing with businessmen, dealing with the people of the hotels, and actually choreographing something that will stimulate the economy there. When I'm traveling, it's something getting done. When I went to Africa, we meeting up with dignitaries. We meeting up with, we meeting up with vice presidents and presidents in countries. Because the scriptures say, if you keep the Most High's laws, you will sit amongst kings and honorable people. These dudes is traveling to be seen on social media. You know what I'm saying? I'm just disgusted. I ain't gonna lie. I can't stand these type of dudes, bro. And I know that we have some issues and we have some problems here. And don't get it twisted, right? Let me see. Somebody said, Newbreed, you stay complaining and arguing. You never content. Let me do you a favor. But you over here watching me, right? Let's get you out of here. Let's get you out. It always got to be a troll because what I'm doing right here is not complaining. What I'm doing right now is pointing to a real issue with our men. See, this is the problem. Everything I'm saying hit that dude right there. Everything I just said, he knows he's guilty. Everything I'm saying. Purpose over pleasure says these dudes think they deserve a top 1% of women, but then go spend thousands on cat. Exactly. But think they deserve the best of the best type of woman, but don't even know how to facilitate their currency. Don't even know how to provide for the people close to them. Yeah, a hit dog will holler every time. That's somebody right there who's dealing with the ladies of the night, and he don't want to hear what I'm saying. Because don't get it twisted, just because you're not going overseas and doing this, don't mean you're not doing it right here in your city. Because we have a lot of issues and problems, you brothers feel justified in your filth. Make no mistake about it. A man who becomes one flesh with a harlot is a harlot. And you can take that to the bank. A man who become one flesh with a harlot is a harlot. And there's a way that may seem right, but your ways lead to death. See, some of you brothers, y'all getting away with a lot. You getting away with a lot. And when you hear somebody speak the truth, your spirit rejects it. You don't even know that you lining yourself up. Bible says, can I continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. It also says, can you walk on hot coals and play with fire without getting burnt? Keep on playing with these wild women of the night. Keep on playing with these women on social media. Keep playing with the succubus and the Jezebel and watch you get lined up. It's going to happen. Dealing with the black widow out here. That's a fact. Ringo says, I haven't seen one passport bro getting married overseas yet. It's all for box, not for family. Exactly. Where are their wives at? Where are their women that they keeping around? Why they not moving out there with the women? Why they ain't move the women back here with them? Where are these women? Why these women ain't staying with them? If they so great, feminine, fit, and all of the great qualities that we looking for, right? Why these brothers ain't living with them? I'm telling you, bro, this is what they get. This is truly what they get. It says, now peep this. Listen to what's happening here. It says, often the gangs of Colombia employ beautiful women with alluring features to lure in men. Andress Nito, a crime and security expert in Bogota, reveals I matched with a girl on Tinder, just another girl. I thought just another date, a 28-year-old businessman said about a 2021 trip. Just another date. See, let me stop here for a moment. The gangs are hiring the people. See, this is the thing you don't understand. Most women in that lifestyle, they have pimps, hustlers, gang bangers, and gangsters behind them. Real grimy people who looking at you American dudes, you passport bros, they looking at y'all like a plate. They looking at y'all like a plate. Y'all don't know nothing about austerity measures. Y'all don't know nothing about struggle. Y'all coming over here thinking it's sweet. And now look, let me make sure y'all can see this here. Because I want y'all to be able to read along too. So the gangs are employing these beautiful women. It says, I matched with a girl on Tinder. Or we read that part. It says she took my iPad, my phone, my wallet, my credit cards, my ID, everything but my laptop, she said. He said. Now, peep this. In quotations, it says, just another date. Salute to Mark the Messenger in the building. Salute, fam, salute. And y'all subscribe to all three of those brothers, man. Ringo TV Reactions, Mark the Messenger, and Purpose Over Pleasure. But notice the brother says just another date. And see, a lot of you brothers think, oh, you just hooking up with another chick. You just gonna slide by her crib. You done got so desensitized and used to pulling up on these women. Some of you brothers who live a whoremongering lifestyle, you so desensitized, you think it's just another date. First of all, dates, why are we dating? Why are we dating? Let me put this out here. Dating is just another form of prostitution. Yeah. It's basically long form prostitution. That's all dating is. Think about what I just said to you. You're taking a woman out with the idea of you getting some cheeks. She's selling you sex. She's selling you an idea. You're being in her presence just to what? What are we doing? Brothers, what are we doing? Because let me assure you something. If a woman is feeling you, if a woman is for you, she gonna pull up. She gonna pull up. She's gonna have intention, and it's gonna be perfect syncrecy, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And often this happens when you're not even really focusing on that. So I mean, what is the point? You're wasting your time doing that. Even women in the chat are agreeing with what I'm saying. And then you got these women, they so haughty with wanting eyes that you can't even take them anywhere now. They got a whole list of places that they don't want to go. Why is that? Because they just prostitutes. They really just want the money. They're telling you, I don't want to go here. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go. Why are they telling you that? Making lists. Because they're telling you they just want the money. They're literally tiptoeing on the edge of just selling the box. So any woman who want to go here and go there, I ain't got no time for that. If you interested, we can kick it, get to know each other. It is what it is. But it says she took my iPad, my phone, my wallet, my credit cards, my ID, everything but the laptop. It says the 50-year-old, damn, he was 50 years old. Hold on, this was a Minnesota comedian. I mean, he was killed. Look, Minnesota comedian Tojer Zion, and this is he's clearly from Asian persuasion. It says one of at least 8 Americans killed during November and December 2023 in Medellin. So they killing famous people. They killing social media personalities. So nobody's off limits. You think you got a little platform? You think you got people watching? You think America care about you? You going over there, you think because you may have a large platform that's going to stop these gang members from lining you up? You sadly mistaken. You just a plate. The 50-year-old whose romantic pursuit took a tragic turn was last heard from on December 10th, 2023, when he called his family and told them he needed $2,000 to be wired because he was kidnapped. Damn, they done snatched this man up off the streets. They done had him in a warehouse with the bag over his head, giving them the beats. They had the damn battery. Yeah, they had the damn battery hooked up to him, shocking him. We talking about crowbar to the kneecap style. That's why the scriptures say her ways lead to what? It says, beware of the harlot. Her house, her home leads to death. Read the book of Proverbs, brothers. You got to read that book of Proverbs. It'll keep you out of a lot of problems, bro. Mark the Messenger says these dudes got to go overseas because they can't get American women. Just a bunch of insecure lames. These women over here looking at them like a come up. Have no remorse for whoremongers. Absolutely. And that's a fact. That's real talk. D Mike says, Newbreed, those dudes worship those women and they forget about what God thinks. Sad. Right. And like Mark the Messenger said, they're whoremongers. And you really can't have mercy on them. It's like we know we in between a rock and a hard place. We know that we're in a conundrum because it is, it's a lot of, I would say, psychological warfare to cause separation between men and women in America. But I'm not falling for that program. I'm not falling for that. I'm not going to sit up here and believe that every woman is wicked in America and that every woman overseas is righteous. I'm not buying that. I done seen women who have potential. I done met women who have potential. You know what I'm saying? Not saying they perfect, because at the end of the day, it's up to us as men to lead them. And if you got love in your heart for the woman who has potential, you are well within your rights and means to lead that righteous woman the right way. Seriously. That's why you got to be careful of the wrong red pill content, because it'll have you thinking every woman is a 304 or a whore or a harlot when there's women out here that have potential. Not saying it ain't bad out here, but whoremongers ain't making it no damn better. That's the point. Whoremongers ain't making it no better. Because guess what? At the end of the day, if you brothers raise the standards, these women don't have no choice. If you look, we're not looking at the women who dress that way. We're going to start ignoring these broads. We're not going to be pursuing them. We're not going to be taking them on dates. We're not going to be, paying bills. We're not going to be supportive of them. We're not going to be liking their pictures. Listen, the whole system would collapse. Y'all, it's men who subscribe to their OnlyFans. It's men who are desert thirsty every time a woman do a damn walking video. It's men who doing it. So how I'm gonna sit up here and it's crazy, bro. A lot of men here in the States, you getting exactly what you deserve, bro. Real talk. It goes on to say, Americans are not just finding these hookups on dating apps, but also on social media sites and internet travel message boards. That's your passport bros. It says, what's most attractive, particularly to middle-aged American men, is that prostitution is legal in many of Colombia's big cities, coupled with the described libertine nature of the dating scene. So here you have it. You brothers are going over there. You gravitate towards that area because prostitution is legal there. You're going over there to pay for the cooch because you lame. You got to pay for it. And that's a damn shame. You got to pay for these women don't want to do what they're doing. They're literally trying to put food on the table. And you guys being the predators you are, you're taking advantage of their poverty. You're taking advantage of their poverty. See, a lot of brothers is going to be pissed at me after this stream. Imagine you laid up with a woman who really don't really desire to be with you. While you on top of her, humping on her, a single tear rolling down her damn eyes because she never thought that her life would end up like this. And it's talking about middle-aged Americans. So, you know, we got these old perverts on these women trying to make ends meet in any way they can. And you know what? There's a movie. I think that will help change a lot of you brothers' lives, man. And it's about the trade. Um, what is the name of that movie, man? I was starting to do a review on it. Um, it's about trafficking that I think would change a lot of you brothers' mindset on participating in this type of behavior. Let me see if I can find the name of that movie because I want to recommend that. Let me see. And if y'all have an idea what I'm talking about, throw it in the chat. Freedom, The Sound of Freedom is what it's called. The Sound of Freedom. And it's based on a true story. Y'all need to watch that. Because that movie right there will reveal a lot to you and why things are the way they are in these countries and the effects it have on these women. And a lot of you brothers ain't gonna be moving like that no more. And I pray a lot of you brothers repent because we in no time to be playing games. If you a man that got desires and you need to have a woman, do what you need to do to get that woman. And instead of running the streets and scouring the block, you know what I'm saying? Have you a woman that you can chill with, settle down with. Let me see. It says between wow. Between January 2023 and October 2023, Medellin's tourism, it says Medellin's tourism observatory documented 32 violent killings of foreigners in the city. This included at least 12 Americans and 3 from the United Kingdoms, marking a 40% surge compared to the preceding year. Now, that's crazy. Now we're going to get some things about American dating apps. Yeah, this is real educational, y'all. Yeah. So these people are violently getting lined up. And let me pull these scriptures up. There's some scriptures coming to mind from the book of Proverbs. Because I'm going to show y'all what's happening. Show y'all exactly what's happening. All right, here we go. And some of you all need to really read the book of Proverbs in its totality. It says dating apps have also proved to be dangerous in America. In 2022, in 21 year, it says a 21-year-old black man in Colorado Springs, Colorado, faced a harrowing ordeal with his Tinder at dating app. Stripped, duct tape, choked, sliced with a knife, he thought was a consensual night of kink turned into a life-threatening ordeal. You better beware of the honey traps. And see, it don't even necessarily have to be a lady of the night, meaning a woman who works in sex work of some sort. Yo, you could just be thinking, yo, I got this little baddie. You know what I'm saying? She inboxing me, you know what I'm saying? She telling me to pull up. And you sitting there going back and forth with yourself, and you go against your own intuition, and you like, I'm trying to smash, because ultimately that's what you're trying to do. You go in the middle of the night. This young man was 21, she was 22, and he's thinking, yo, I'm just trying to pull up and see what's good. And you know what he showed up to? He showed up to the villains. He showed up to the gangsters, the thugs, and he was stripped, duct tape, sliced. Yeah. The scriptures tell you in Proverbs 5:2 that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold of hell. My fault, my mic muted. Wow. It told you her ways lead to hell. Now, this is the nature of the honey trap. This is the nature of the honey trap. It says, again, it says Proverbs 5:3, for the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb. Her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. That means a woman can be talking I'm talking about all saying the right things. Everything she's saying just sounding smooth. She's enticing you. She's stroking your ego. She telling you how handsome you are. She on the phone with you like, you know what I'm saying, serenading you with all these smooth things. And she like, look, it's 1 in the morning, it's 2 in the morning. Just come through. Just come on through. And it's a strange woman. You don't know her. You ain't built no rapport. You ain't got the relationship with the Most High to even have the discretion and the discernment that you dealing with a right woman, but you thinking like you just trying to smash. And you can end up, imagine you going to go see a chick and you wake up in hell. You wake up in hell. She like, yo, you pull up on her. She like, yo, yeah, go, baby, go ahead, hop on the. She in her little robe or whatever. She like, yeah, baby, go hop in the shower. She telling you go hop in the shower, and you think it's sweet. You like, all right, yeah, let me go ahead and get ready. You know what I'm saying? You go hop in the shower while you in there showering. The goons come through, slap you with the pistol. You getting banged across the bathroom floor, kick, stomp, and all you see is your life flash before your eyes, and that's it. You tied up. They calling your grandparents. They trying to get money out you. I mean, that bruh. I don't think you brothers realize how freaking dangerous it is out here, man. Yeah, real, but that's how it be. Somebody said Bree could write an erotica talking like that. Nah, it ain't even like that. But that's how it be though. It really be like that. You could be on a dating app and a woman just tell you to pull up and you don't even know she worked for somebody. You don't even know. Like, and then a lot of you brothers, y'all like to broadcast every damn thing. So if you got a nice whip, you want to show that off. You got this, you want to show that off. You don't even know a woman could be casing you. Like, yo, he got the bag. And she telling the goons, like, yo, I know somebody we gonna get. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the inbox for a couple days. Dude is thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna get him to pull up tonight. That's what we gonna do. You pull up in that, you pull up in that neighborhood. Next thing you know, your vehicle being cornered. You got the gunman on the left. You got a gunman on the left and the right of you. And you blocked in because you parallel parked. You in the complex parallel park. Gunman on your left and your right. Ain't nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Why? Because you was just thinking you wanted to smash. It's bad in America, just like it's bad overseas. But it's worse overseas because you're not even familiar. See, it was a guy earlier in the chat that said, well, you could get set up in Pennsylvania, Minnesota, this place and that place. Yeah, but a lot of some guys out here are actually street smart. There's some guys who ain't really lacking like that, and they not getting caught up because they know how to move. In another country, chasing skirt, you have no idea how to move. You can meet a woman in public in Medellin and get snatched up. You can go to a restaurant. There was a story with a brother who went to a restaurant, ate some soup. Next thing you know, all his belongings was gone. That's a whole nother ball game. That's a whole nother level right there. But see, some of you brothers, you get so burnt in your lust that you put yourselves out here in these situations in America. It goes on to say, wow, it says, his chance for escape came when she paused the torture to order dinner from DoorDash. I mean, yo. And I think I remember this story because I think I remember covering this story. And I think they had him in a bathtub and they were just straight up cutting him and they had water in the tub and he was just bleeding out. But no, this one, no, because that dude, I don't think he escaped. The one I'm talking about. And see, yeah, these women, some of these bras, they be listening to that damn Doja Cat and they be on demon time. They be listening to that Meg the Stallion and all of that wickedness, and they be ready to be a succubus demon. They be ready to basically swallow y'all souls. They man eaters, bro. There's some man eaters out there. It says his chance to escape came when she paused the torture. So she had to pause she tortured this dude so long, she got hungry. All he wanted was some cheeks. He thought he was going to get one off and go home and go play PlayStation, and that was it. She tortured the man so long, she went and ordered some DoorDash and fell asleep. She even got the itis because she thought he ain't have nothing left in him. So she ate, got the itis, and fell asleep. That's crazy. Discovering the knife, he freed himself, ran out the door, and sought help from nearby cops, leading to the arrest of a 22-year-old woman. She was arrested and charged with second-degree kidnapping, 2 counts of assault in the second degree, menacing, and false imprisonment. Yo, this woman was crazy. You can't tell me that wasn't demon possession. Some of these women, you don't know what you about to walk into. Proverbs 5 and 6. Lest thou should have pondered the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Meaning you don't even know what some of these women are thinking, bro. You don't know what they on. You don't know if they trying to line you up and kill you. A woman can offer you something that'll just have you tweak totally out. You just never know who's out to hurt you, bro. And some people would say that, Bree, you being paranoid. Nah, what I'm telling you will save your life because you don't know what's on these women's minds, bro. Says, lest thou should have pondered the path of life. You need to think about the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Don't depart from what the Lord is telling you. Remove thy way from her, and come not nigh thy door of her house. It says, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thine years unto the cruel. Brothers, don't go near her house. It'll be that woman is out there on your block that's a man eater. Many, many guys then went her direction. There's a graveyard full of men who then went through her chambers. There's a graveyard full of men who just wanted a piece of that pie. He wasn't contemplating the ways of the Most High. He wasn't contemplating the paths of life. It goes on to say, lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. Now strangers are eating your wealth. Now strangers are eating the fruits of your labor because you went to her house. Same thing that I believe happened to Kevin Samuels. Strangers are probably eating all the labors of his wealth. Why? Because he had some chick up in that house that more than likely cleared out his accounts. The scriptures tell you, man, there's some women out there that just look at you brothers like a plate. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. And thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. All you have left is mourning at your last breath as your flesh and body get consumed. Why? All because you went to her house. All because you went to her door and you were just a target. You was just a target. And yeah, KS was trying to tell people to get NDAs, and he was pretty much promoting ladies of the night. And you know, we see what we have here now, because I believe personally that the whole passport bros thing, it would have really took a different turn if Kevin Samuels was still alive, and it would have took a turn for even worse than what we see here. That's just my personal theory on it, because he was trying to make it organized, and it's crazy, the wicked inventions of a man's heart, man, and how that can be your detriment. The scriptures go on to say, and thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. And I say, how I have hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof. And I have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation assembly. See, this is why you brothers got to take heed to what's being said to you. The Most High establishes teachers to really warn you brothers about going down her paths, man. And we're playing a game of survival right now. And it's nothing more that Satan would like than you brothers to fall for the incantation of the wicked Jezebel succubus demon. It's nothing more that he would like. Yes, that's a good one right there. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. Man, that Bible be warning you. That Bible definitely be sending you warnings. Somebody said wicked women killed Kevin Samuels. I believe there was a woman involved. There was a woman there. There was a supposed nurse. We heard the 911 calls and something just wasn't right. Something just was not right there. But here you have the passport bros. And listen, and again, I would say this. I do understand that brothers want to explore, see different places of the world, but your intentions better be right. Your intentions better be right, man. Anyway, man, take everything into consideration that was said under y'all tonight. I got more content coming. Turn your post notification bell on so you can get these videos as they're being uploaded. If you like to support my content, support me on newbreed.love as well as Cash App. And it's Newbreed Global Truth 77. And if you're not subscribed to New Breed Universal ENT, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be making content over there as well within the week. And there's going to be more music being uploaded very soon. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe. Thank y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed one. With that being said, shalom and peace.